the word, YouTube? It's your boy, Coach TDOT. They subbed me out. But I'm back in the game, Coach. I'm back with some more heat for y'all boys, man. So check it out, chat. Today we're going to be reacting to crazy LeBron fan gets destroyed and go debate. For all my new viewers, I don't fake none of my reactions. All my reactions are live. And we gonna watch this shit together. You feel me? Man, without further ado, y'all, we're gonna get right into this thing, man. Y'all already know how we coming. Best in the world. It's Mike!
Over the past couple of years, the biggest debate NBA fans have had...
Hey, make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's do it.
...is who's the greatest player of all time. So what I want to do in today's video, I want to look at an older LeBron James fan who's arguing LeBron versus Michael Jordan. His overall take got tons of traction and had some fans saying he was quote-unquote speaking facts. In this video, very quickly, I'm going to debunk him, set the record straight, and once again show you guys why Michael Jordan and not LeBron James is the greatest player in NBA
Oh my
history.
goodness!
You, just like everybody else who is Jordan fans, are under the impression that Michael Jordan's career started in 1991, and it did not. Michael Jordan was in the league for 7 years prior to that. So since we're on the subject of finals, Michael Jordan was in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1989, and he started the series, the first 3 games, he was averaging 30 a game. The Detroit Pistons, they put the clamp on him. That 30 went down to 22, and they end up losing the series. So Jordan has had some duds, right?
So stopping him right there at the beginning, that's one of the biggest strawman arguments I've ever heard. Saying Jordan fans don't care about the 80s and what he did before his championships. Nobody with a functioning brain thinks like that, and him saying this is a very cheap debate tactic. As looking at Jordan pre-championships, I would say that stretch only enhances how great he is. As a rookie, he averaged 28.2 points per game, leading Chicago in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. And the following year in '86 versus Boston in the playoffs, he averaged 43 points per game and had a record for points in a single game, dropping 63. Looking at 1987, he averaged 37.1 points per game, the highest of the modern era, and the most since Wilt Chamberlain. 88, he won MVP, DPOY, was the NBA scoring leader, steals leader, minutes per game leader, and played all 82 games. In 89, he made the Eastern Conference Finals as a 6th seed, and versus the Cavs had the iconic game-winning shot over Craig Elo. Why would any Michael Jordan fan in their right mind ignore all of that and wipe it off the slate? As once again, Jordan in the 80s, pre-championship, makes him even greater in comparison to the 90s. Now, looking past that...
Yeah, because 80s Mike, folks, Chad, we gonna have to react to just straight 80s Mike highlights, nigga. I don't think y'all understand how good that nigga was, bro. Like Gilbert Arenas said, we've never seen nothing like 80s Mike, G. Like, come on, man. That nigga was different, just a different hybrid of player, folks. Like, athleticism, just IQ, speed, quickness. Like, bro, he had it all, G.
Part of his clip was absolute lies and false reporting. As in the 89 Eastern Conference Finals, he said Jordan the first 3 games only averaged 30, and Detroit clamped him to only 22. And he caps it off by saying Jordan versus Detroit this series, quote-unquote, had a dud. Now, looking at the first 3 games, Jordan actually averaged 35 points instead of 30, and in the final 3 games, averaged 24.3 instead of 22.
See, niggas be lying.
That's the first part. Now, the second part, saying Jordan had a dud in this series is simply ludicrous. As in total, he averaged 30 points, nearly 7 assists,
like, what?
5.5 boards, 2 steals.
Bro, see, this is where y'all lose me at with this shit, bro. Y'all be hating on Mike so much just to glaze Bron, folks. It's ridiculous. And these be grown-ass men, folks, doing this shit, man. Like, how you gonna say they dropped him down to 20 and shit trying to downplay what Mike did? Nigga, he averaged 30 for the series, folks. What are you talking about, my nigga? I don't even know who that nigga is. Y'all be seeing his ass on Instagram and TikTok and shit, but his ass need to be stopped, folks. He needs to absolutely be stopped for that blasphemy, G. Because you can't be serious.
46% shooting. Adding even more context, Jordan's second best player was Craig Hodges, who averaged 12 points. And looking at Detroit, this team had the best record in the NBA, winning 60-plus games, and the playoffs only lost 2 games total, both to Jordan's Bulls. I want you guys to make a mental note of this. Jordan having a dud series is averaging 37-5 with no help and taking the Pistons to 6 games.
So let's fast forward to the 1993 Eastern Conference Championship, where Michael Jordan has started the series shooting 25% against the Knicks, and they're down in the series. Not only are they down in the series, Game 3, when they come back home, it took a 29-12 effort from Scottie Pippen in order for them to get back in the series. Otherwise, they down 3-0 because Jordan goes 3 for 18, and he gives them nothing that night. So Mike has had some duds. Let's not make it sound...
My nigga, are you seriously arguing about a series that the nigga ended up winning, folks? Chat, mind y'all, this is a grown-ass man. This nigga could damn near be my grandfather, folks, talking like this, G. Grown-ass man, folks. Don't got nothing better to do with his life but to talk down on Michael Jordan, G. Grown as hell, folks. Like, if I'm not mistaken, nigga, didn't Mike win in 93, folks? What the fuck is you talking about? CG, you niggas, you all heads, folks. Mike must have fucked your bitch or something, G. He had to, folks. He had to have did that, G. Because there's no way you got this much animosity in your heart for another grown-ass man that don't even know you exist, folks.
Like Jordan has just been rolling the entire time. Because no, he has not.
Bro.
Now, stopping him right there,
finals that year.
He had some blatant lies and missteps on factual information. As looking at Jordan in the series, he says he was shooting 25% in the first 3 games. In reality, it was 37% and he was still averaging 32 points. The second thing he says is that Pippen in Game 3 had 29-12, when in reality it was 29-4 and not 12. And the last thing, he says Jordan this game gave Chicago absolutely nothing, when in reality he had 11 assists, a game high, 8 rebounds, a high for the Bulls, also 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 22 points, which was still the second most in this game. I'm not saying Jordan played great in this game. He wasn't even average Jordan. He had a bad game. But saying he gave them nothing is simply false. And I do find it pretty hilarious. For Jordan, he's been compared to absolute perfection. And when critiquing him, you have to go to single games and not full series. Because as you know in Jordan's career, he never had one series where he choked the entire time.
Exactly.
As even looking at this series versus the Knicks, he averaged 32 points, 7 assists, 6 boards, 2.5 steals on 40% from the field, as well as 3. He led his team in points, assists, steals, and blocks, and in Game 4 down 2-1, had 54 points. My main problem with LeBron James fans, and especially this guy, is when he critiques Jordan, he's comparing him to absolute perfection, nitpicking games here and there to show why Jordan wasn't always great. But when it comes to LeBron James, that same energy is never applied.
Never.
As looking at LeBron James, for an entire series, he's been bad in his career. Look at the 07 Finals versus the Spurs. In that series, he averaged 22 points on 35% shooting, had 5.8 turnovers, he had one game only scoring 14 points, and not once cracked 25 en route to Cleveland being swept. Looking at 08 vs Boston, he averaged 27 points on 35% shooting with 5.3 turnovers. That on its own is pretty bad, but looking at the first 4 games, he was absolutely dreadful.
And it's crazy, I still would not even say that that's a bad series. Hold on, let me see what he's finna say.
Averaging 18.8 points, 5.8 turnovers on 26% shooting.
Okay, now that shit, that's bad. That's bad, folks. But the last 2 stats that y'all showed from, what was that, the 07 Finals and 2008-2009 Eastern Conference, bro, them wasn't bad stats, like, necessarily. They wasn't Jordan, but they wasn't bad. And see, I'm a realist, I'm going to admit that shit. Like on paper, the stats don't look that bad. Now watching this shit, they talking about 5.3 turnovers and shit. That shit horrible. That's absolutely horrible, Bron. You feel me? But I'm not gonna sit here and try to downplay Bron, folks, to hype Mike up. I don't have to do that, folks. Mike numbers just speak for itself. But when y'all have to literally tear Michael Jordan down just to build Bron up, y'all dick riding, bro. I can't stand
And funny enough,
it,
the Cavs in those games were still tied 2-2 with the Big Three Celtics.
Hey!
And if you want to nitpick further, LeBron in this series had absolute duds. In one game, going 2 for 18 from the field,
Oh my
with
gosh!
2 turnovers, and another game, 6 of 24
Bron!
with 7 turnovers. Even looking
Bron!
at 10 versus Boston, Cleveland once again was very, very competitive, and actually this time they were up 2-1. But in the final 3 games, LeBron James averaged 21.3 points, 6.3 turnovers on 34% shooting. He completely choked, he folded, and once again had a dud. Now, speaking of duds, we had the creme de la creme and the ultimate dud, that being LeBron James in the 2011 finals. As for this series, he averaged 17.8 points per game, less than Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Dirk, and even Jason Terry. And the absolute worst thing from this series is that in Game 4, LeBron James, the quote-unquote GOAT, only had 8 total points.
That's bad, Brian.
Compare that to Michael Jordan, who not once in the finals had under 20 points, and for a series never averaged less than 27.
Wow.
This right here is the point of the video. When you nitpick Michael Jordan so hard, you're so critical, be ready to have the exact same energy for LeBron James. Because if you do, you realize LeBron had way more moments where he had duds or even choked.
And that's what
Let's
matters.
not make it sound like Jordan has just been rolling the entire time. Because no, he has not. I seen him go 9 for 35 against the Miami Heat in 1997 in the Eastern Conference Championship. Michael Jordan has had some duds. I've seen him go 4 for 18.
Yeah, Mike definitely fucked this hoe, G. Mike fucked this hoe, folks. I can tell when a nigga got some real life animosity, and it usually stem towards women, G. That's what it gotta be, folks. He talking with too much passion in his heart right now. I understand they got a damn radio show or TV show, whatever this is. I understand he gotta bring the personality out and the entertainment, but for you to be talking with this much passion about how bad another man performed, bro, he fucked your bitch. That's the only thing I can think of, Chad. Mike got it going with his lady, folks. And that is nigga on here 30 years later trying to talk down on Mike, folks. Man, get your sensitive ass on, man. She took. Alright, it's over with. What you gonna do? Just hoe bitch and complain and dick ride Mike the whole time now, fuck? Grow up. You grown ass man, G, doing this shit, man. Grown as hell. You got young niggas on here. Look, these niggas look like they my age and shit. And you on here yelling and raising, talking at the top of your voice, G, for what? And I hope he ain't sitting in here making no arguments for LeBron, G. Because if we literally if we talking about LeBron versus Mike G in the playoffs, folks, it's not even comparable, G. It's not even comparable, G. And like I'm a LeBron fan. I love LeBron, G. But Mike is just, you know. There's levels to this shit, man. And the playoffs is where it really matters, folks. Fuck the season stats, all of that shit. Scratch everything that happened in the regular season, bro. We talking about straight playoffs. Bron has choked multiple times, bro. And just showed the shit. So this nigga needs to chill out, man.
Against the Miami Heat. I've seen that happen. So it's not like it's a situation where Michael Jordan's career started in 1991 and this is all we're going to judge him on. No, we have to judge him on the same thing that we judge everybody else on, in totality.
So once again for Michael Jordan, this guy is looking at single games and not even playoffs.
Charles.
Once again for Michael Jordan, this guy is looking at single
games. Bro, get up, man. How you just let Mike dunk you like that, folks? Literally. Philly, fo. Look.
So once again, for Michael Jordan, this guy is looking at single.
My fucking gosh. And the nigga just crawling all on the ground and shit. Like a motherfucking sniper just bang! Popped his ass. Watch.
So once again, for Michael Jordan, this guy is looking at
sniper! Looking ass.
Once again, proving Michael Jordan.
Charles, you are embarrassing,
so
bro.
The only time you can nitpick him is for single bad performances and not series like LeBron James. And one thing he did bring up was Jordan versus the Heat in 1997. Once again, leaving out, Jordan for that series averaged 38-3 and his Bulls team dominated in 5 games. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but for Michael Jordan, his dud series is averaging 30 points per game. No other player in NBA history is held to that standard.
At all.
And one big mistake he did make at the very end was talking about Jordan and his entire resume being compared to LeBron James. In my opinion, that's a very fatal mistake and a death blow to his overall points. As Jordan compared to LeBron still has more MVPs, more DPOYs, more Finals MVPs, all defensive teams, scoring titles, championships, and less Finals losses.
Hey.
And for the nail in the coffin in this debate, looking at Jordan LeBron and the gap in overall accolades, that gap still is a Hall of Fame resume and a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Jordan going 6-0 in the NBA Finals. Right, I can appreciate that. So, with that also, I will not diminish the fact that he went 6-0. I will not diminish that he went 6-0 in the NBA Finals. What I do have to mention though is that he did have that unit built around him. He had Scottie Pippen for 5 years before they won the NBA champ. 4 years before they won the NBA championship.
I want to be very clear in saying this. Scottie Pippen all time is a great player, and for the Bulls teams, they would not have won 6 championships without Scottie.
Oh my God.
But when talking about the pre-championship Pippen, that guy historically is not a Hall of Famer. As in his first 3 years, he only made 1 All-Star game, averaging 12.9 points per game, 5.5 boards, 3.7 assists, on 48% shooting. The Pippen this guy is talking about isn't prime Scottie and was not a perennial All-Star.
Nigga, Scottie only averaged 16 for a career or something like that, bro. 16 and 6. Like...
And one more thing I do want to point out, when it comes to LeBron fans, their overall argument is never Jordan versus LeBron straight up and comparing them. For one, it's Jordan versus perfection, and 2, it's Jordan's teammates versus LeBron's teammates. Why not just compare both these players, look at their resumes, how good they were, the numbers, and make your choice based off that? And when it comes to Jordan winning 6 championships compared to LeBron's 4, yes, in the NBA Finals, he had a better record, but more importantly, he never choked in a single series.
Never.
And comparing their Finals resumes, it's pretty damning in MJ's favor, as he averaged nearly 34 points, 6.0 boards, 6.0 assists, on 48-37 and 80 splits. Compared to LeBron James, who averaged 28 points, 10 boards, 8 assists, on 48-35 and 73 splits. And one thing I did find very, very intriguing is that Michael Jordan, in 6 championship appearances, won 24 total games. LeBron James, in 10 Finals appearances, has only won 22. When it comes to comparing these guys, of course, they're both all-time great players and at the top of NBA Mount Rushmore. But looking at Jordan, he was simply more accomplished, he won more, didn't choke in the finals, he was much better in the finals, better in the playoffs, and his highs were much higher than LeBron James. Now, with that last point being made, that is the end of the video. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.
Alright, y'all. That's the end, bro. See, videos like this, chat. I don't even know where to start, bro, because I don't even want to get my blood pressure up super high, bro, because dude ass just blew me, folks. He just blew me, folks. I don't even want to, because who is that nigga, man? Nigga talking like he got some authority. Like, nigga, did you ever even hoop before, folks? You just an old nigga with a mic in front of your face, folks. Even if you did hoop, bro, you was a grown ass man, G. Like speaking that passionately about another man's downfalls, folks. Like even though I say LeBron is the greatest, G, do I ever come on here and be negatively talk? I mean, even though I say LeBron, even though I know Mike the greatest, do I ever come on here and negatively talk down about Bron, G? Or do I ever like try to tear him down or bring up terrible shit? No, bro. Even if it's a video talking about like LeBron downfalls, I still, cause I'm a hooper, G, and I'm a realist. Like you know, niggas not gonna always have the best series, but it's just like apparent that LeBron has had multiple series where he did flop, and I do acknowledge that, but I'm not over here finna tear the nigga down. You feel me? Over a bad series, bro, because at the end of the day, nigga, it's just basketball, bro. You speaking so passionately about this shit like your whole livelihood depend on whether or not Mike failed or not, G. Like, that's what I'll be talking about. Like, grown-ass man, bro. Like, you feel me? So, chat, that's the end of the video, man. You know, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments below, man. But, you know, that podcast or whatever that shit is, that got to be stopped, bro. Dude speaking with too much animosity towards Mike, folks. Mike fan club, y'all need to go hit up that podcast and tell their ass they need to stop for that shit get banned on cheap. You feel me? But it's the end of the video, chat. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's your boy Coach TDOT. I'm up out of here. I love y'all.